Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to this MYXclusive interview. I am VJ IE de la Cruz from the #1 music channel in the Philippines, Mix. And for today, we have an international artist with us. She is behind the hits Sit Still, Look Pretty, Hideaway, and Don't Let Me Down, among others. That is her collaboration with the Chainsmokers, which earned her first ever Grammy for Best Dance Recording at just 19 years old. That's how old or how young she was when she won her first Grammy, and it turned her into a multi-platinum artist that she is today. And now she has a new song out and a music video that premiered just 14 hours ago. It's called Bad Girl. We're going to be talking about that. Please welcome Daya. Hi, Daya.
Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, we're so excited all of your Filipino Daya dreamers are watching. So thank you so much for giving us some of your time. So Daya, may we know, where are you right now and what time is it there?
I'm in LA. It looks a lot later than it is. It's like 5 p.m. right now, but the sunset's super early now, which is a bummer. But I'm in my little makeshift studio. Over the process of quarantine, I kind of like moved things out and resituated some things, and so I kind of built this into my own little studio space here. So yeah, I'm here. I'm so happy though. I'm so happy about today and to be talking with you guys too. I miss the Philippines so much. Like, you guys are genuinely like one of my favorite places to tour and to just some of my favorite people in the world. So I'm really happy to be talking to you.
Oh, thank you, Daya. And you know, you being in your makeshift studio is good news for us because that means more music coming our way, more Daya music. But let's just go back to what you said about the Philippines. Can you remember like your last visit here in the Philippines?
Yeah, so I performed at this club, and I was trying to remember the name of it. I don't remember. It was in Manila, and it was this tight club, super packed, but super tight too. And it was just like all these levels of people, and it was just like the most just high intensive energy that I've experienced in a space like that before. And it was so fun. I have so many good memories from that show. And then I did a few other like little acoustic performances and things like that, and saw some radio stations and saw some fans, and it was so fun. I love the Philippines so much. Genuinely, you guys have like the best energy. It's just so infectious, and it's so fun to just feed off of that, and especially for touring and live shows.
You know, usually artists say that about every country, but I believe you because I was actually in one of those showcases that you did. I'm actually going to show you some pictures right now. I got to interview you back in 2019.
Oh my God. Wow.
Also, you said something very special. Yes, it's very different. You said something very special about the Philippines during our interview. So I asked you about like your most memorable fan encounter, and you said it was in the Philippines just that day. You were shocked when like a fan showed you her wallpaper, and it was a picture of you and your girlfriend, and like you felt so loved and accepted. Can you tell us more about that?
That was so cute. It's so funny you bring that up. I was just thinking about that. I don't remember her name, and it makes me so sad. But if you know her or anyone knows her, then tell me, because she was the sweetest girl, and it was this really tight acoustic. You were there. It was this like kind of just like chill live stream Q&A type thing. And it was just a Q&A after, and she asked a question about, I think, my sexuality, and then she like showed her phone. She flashed her phone up, and it was me and my girlfriend on the wallpaper. And I just thought that was so cute because it was when we just first started dating, and it was my first relationship with a girl. And obviously, like, I wasn't super public with it yet. I mean, I was, but I wasn't like, it hadn't been public knowledge for a long time. So it was just really cute that she caught on to that, and that she felt that she resonated with it. And I got so many cute notes about just other people in the LGBTQ community that trip, and it was just really cute all around.
I love how vivid your memory about it still is. Now, that was your most memorable
like
fan
one of my
encounter.
fan encounters.
Yes, we really believe you. So that was back in 2019. But now, if I ask you what your most memorable fan encounter to date is, what would it be? And no pressure. It doesn't have to be about the Philippines. Like, we just really want to know, like, so far, what has been your most memorable fan encounter now?
I think that literally tops it. I think that takes the cake. I think I think anyone who's come forward with like a note or like a letter or something I think that that's always just the cutest thing, because it's just so vulnerable, and it's so cool that people are they feel connected enough to want to be motivated to write something about their own journey with their sexuality or whatever it is. So I think that that's really, really cool. And hopefully I continue to inspire people to do that, and to just, open the dialogue more for kind of just exploring your sexuality and everything. And I'm just really honored that people care that much. So.
And we are so honored as well to still be among your most memorable fan encounters. The comments here are blowing up. You know, they're very happy to hear what you just said. Now, speaking of, opening up that conversation, you have this new music video out for Bad Girl, and it does just that, what you just said, because it's set in an old Hollywood club, and you're singing about sometimes you're just really some boys are not enough and you're looking for a bad girl. So please tell us about the song and the music video as well.
Yeah, so this is a song that I've been wanting to write for the past few years, and it just all really came together. It was one of my only in-person sessions of 2020, because we've been doing a lot on Zoom. And I think just having that experience of us all being in the room together again after so many months of Zoom sessions just like lit up the room immediately. And we just got on this track, and that Andrew Goldstein produced. He's an amazing producer. And it was me, Madison Love, Michael Pollock, and Jay Cash, who I just recently signed with. And it was just this really fun energy. And I had been wanting to write a song about kind of just a play on like trading in the bad guys for a bad girl. And because that's just like a stereotypical like lust for those, like, I don't know, just like super like desirable and lustful or whatever. And so for a bad guy. And so I just wanted to kind of flip that. And I mean, I think that people could interpret it in any way that they want. But to me, it's about my own journey with my sexuality. I've been dating a girl for 3 years now, and we're really happy. Her name is Clyde. And I think, we're really happy, and I think that everyone should find a bad girl for themselves if they want to. But it's really however you want to interpret. But I'm really excited that it's out, and I am really excited to be kind of like opening the door to this next phase of getting to know myself more. And because it is a process, sexuality is obviously a long process, and I still couldn't probably definitively put my sexuality in a box or in a label, but I think that that's fine. And I think that we're growing into a space where we don't need to do that anymore. Really, anyone can love who they want to love and be who they want to be. And I think that's really exciting. So
now let's talk about the music video. So it's very unusual for Filipinos to see like a place like a desert-like place with like snow-covered mountains in the background. So like where on earth did you shoot this music video?
So that was actually the last thing that we shot. So we did all of the inside the club moments on one day when we rented out the club, and it's just like this old kind of iconic club in LA called the Peppermint Club. And it's been
Mhm.
around since like I think the 70s or the 80s, and just has a lot of history. And
Ooh.
yeah, it's just really beautiful on the inside, really beautiful like velvet, very beautiful decor on the walls, and
So
that's exactly
it's
what we
a
were going
legit
for.
vintage club. It wasn't like a setup
No,
Hollywood club.
we barely did anything to the set. We had some
Oh.
art designers on set who were just kind of rearranging things, but for the most part, it was all there. And that's what we wanted. We want kind of like the like pearly neon lights and the velvet booths and stuff like that. And uh, yeah, I kind of wanted it to feel very like in this dream-like world. So that was kind of like the whole dream part of it. And then the beginning and the end that we shot in the desert, which was actually just an hour from LA, which you wouldn't think that there would be these like beautiful snow-capped mountains, but it had just snowed. So yeah, it was beautiful. Like we just happened to go a day after it snowed, and it was stunning. And we went at like sunset and shot those 2 shots. And yeah, so
Oh, so
the
it
whole
wasn't
journey was
planned at all.
no. We literally
Ooh.
we were just like, there's some cool like landscape material out here, like the desert, the really flat landscape and the beautiful mountains in the back, but we didn't know that they would be covered in snow and look like that. Like the clouds are beautiful too. Like it was just like a painting. It was so pretty. Um
Exactly.
yeah.
And we love the music video. Again, it just premiered 14 hours ago. So, guys who are watching right now, please do check that out. It's called Bad Girl. Now, we also heard that this track was produced by Charlie Puth, aside from Andrew Goldstein, of course, but you also collabed with Charlie Puth for this one. So, how did that come about?
That's right, actually. Yeah. So Jay Cash is actually really tight with Charlie, and he played the song for him after we had written it in that session with Andrew. And Andrew made the track and everything. And then Charlie just put those finishing touches on the track, and it just took it like to an entire new level. Like he just saw a vision that just really completed it and took it to the next step of the way. And I think he's unique in doing. I think he's unique in doing that. He's a really good like kind of eye for that, or ear, I guess. But yeah, he's great. Super. I mean, so talented, and I'm really lucky that he decided to hop on last minute.
But of course, we'd also love to hear both of you sing on one track. Any plans on that happening? Especially now that you've already had a track produced by him. Did you guys get to talk about like doing a song together?
I don't know. Maybe we actually did like a little live performance a few years back of me singing this part of a duet with him. I think it was for Dancing with the Stars in the U.S.
Oh.
And yeah, it was like 4 years ago or something, and it was super like last minute too. But I really love singing with him. I mean, I love his vocal tone. He obviously has such a great tone, and I would definitely be down to do more.
Speaking of collabs, the last time I got to interview you, I asked you who you'd want to collab with, and you answered 3 artists. I'm not sure if you still remember. So you said Kendrick Lamar, Ariana Grande, and Rosalia, who has a song out now with Billie Eilish. So, do those 3 names still stand as your artists, your most favorite artists to collab with in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to with any of those artists. They're all incredible in their own ways, and I think yeah, Rosalia especially has such a unique tone to her. I really love the stuff that she's doing. I love just her whole look and image and everything that she's doing. So I would definitely be into collabing with her soon,
All right,
hopefully.
now let's talk about your upcoming EP. We heard that Bad Girl is going to be part of an upcoming EP. So, how far along are you with the whole process?
Pretty far. We're pretty well into it. When I signed in August, we just like set up this plan, and we were like, okay, let's have this by this, and then we ended up writing so many songs. I don't know how we're gonna condense it into an EP, but
Ooh.
but maybe it'll turn into an album after that, and then deluxe album. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm really excited. I feel like it's a good variety of songs at this point that we have, and we're pretty close to putting the finishing touches on.
Ooh, exciting. So, how would you describe this sound and how would you differentiate it from your past albums?
I would say I don't know. I mean, because there's so many different songs, it's so hard. I feel like I'm still in the phase of my career where I'm just jumping genres and exploring different things and working with different producers who produce different just kind of go towards different sounds. So yeah, I wouldn't say that it's one thing or another. There's some slower songs, there's some like acoustic, more stripped down songs. It's really like the whole scope of things. So hopefully there should be something in there for everyone. I don't know. I would say lyrically, I think it's definitely the most authentic songwriting yet. I feel like I'm really digging into myself this time, and I'm really getting vulnerable with a lot of it. So hopefully
Yes. Well,
we'll connect to that.
we definitely felt that here on Bad Girl. But now let's talk about your other song. We weren't able to talk about this the last time you were here because it wasn't out yet. So let's talk about First Time. It was released back in October 2020. So please tell us about the song and where you drew your inspiration from for this.
Yeah, so for First Time, I had been sitting on that song for like a year. I wrote it in Sweden with Jack and Coke and Shay Martin. And it was just one of the songs that came together so quick. I'm pretty sure I was like jet lagged and like also sick or something. It was just one of those like first days getting to a country where I was just like adjusting. But I think I've like realized that so many of my favorite songs over the years, like a few other of like Safe and a few other ones, just come from those moments where I just feel so vulnerable and so like who knows what this is, because I feel like that's when I'm the most open to where something is gonna go, and I'm not trying to like control anything or be too like think too hard about things. So it just flowed really naturally, and then we worked on production for a while with Jack and Coke. I wanted it to sound like super minimal and kind of more darker with the production. So yeah, I think they did such a good job, and I'm so excited about it.
And will this be part of the upcoming EP as well? Because I noticed at the end of the music video, there were the words "the beginning." So is it like the
Yes.
beginning of Daya's new era or something?
Yes. Well, yeah, so we kind of have this like overall tie-in with oh yeah, we're planning a lot basically for a lot of my songs coming up too. And that's also kind of where the desert comes from in Bad Girl. It's not really out of nowhere. It's kind of has that tie to First Time, and it's really about this journey of like rebirth and just reconnection with myself and getting to know myself more. And First Time, that was through the process of self-discovery and my getting closer to my desires and kind of giving new life to old things also. And then with Bad Girl, it's about going through the process of discovering and figuring out my sexuality. So it's all about kind of self-discovery and self-growth and just in kind of in this like rebirth world. So yeah, that's the tie in there.
Now, why did you decide to have the music video be very warm this time? If for Bad Girl there was like this old Hollywood vibe, for First Time it was very warm. You were running a motorcycle. You were running also through fields. So can you tell us about the concept of the music video?
Yeah, well, it was also shot by my girlfriend, Clyde Monroe, and so was Bad Girl. And it's so fun to write, to just like think about concepts for music videos with someone that you know personally, and not only that, but who you love and respect a lot. And she always, she's always like, she loves movies. She really wants to get into film, so she's always kind of into the more narrative world of music video making. And so that excites me because I love having like an arc throughout and kind of like a beginning to an ending. And so with First Time, it was also kind of that dreamlike situation that you saw with Bad Girl, where in the beginning, my present self is the one that's falling into the water. And then I kind of have all of these like visions and revelations, which is me in the desert kind of going through this journey to basically gain control of my life back, because I felt like it had somehow escaped me. And you see that when I'm in the pickup truck in the beginning of the video, and I just have no control, and I'm just kind of like lost and confused and just don't know, like I'm just it's taking me wherever it wants to go. And then I decide to jump out the first chorus, and then it's kind of just like running and discovering, just like discovering that freedom, and that gaining back that self-control after that. So the bike at the end especially is this like very freeing, kind of euphoric moment where I've just completely escaped any sort of, past things that had been holding me back, and I'm completely myself. And I just am super, super happy and euphoric and liberated in that moment. And so we wanted to have that journey go through, and then me kind of like coming out of the water as a signal for rebirth at the end.
Oh, so that what it means. Did you have to learn how to ride a bike for that music video, how to ride a motorcycle? Yes. Or did you always that was like your first time riding
That was literally, and that was the first shot that we shot too, just because of timing purposes. So I was like, I hadn't done a music video, first of all, in so long. So I was like just getting back into it, getting back into performance and everything. And everyone was like, all right, you got to jump on this bike now and like give your best performance of the whole video basically. And I was like, I have no idea how to ride this. So luckily someone from the crew knew, and he taught me within like 10 minutes or something. And luckily I didn't fall off or die, but I used to love things like that when I was younger, like super fast and kind of like adrenaline pushing things. So I feel like I definitely was in my element once I got into it. But the first couple of tries, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work.
That is unbelievable. You look like a pro in the music video. I wouldn't have believed that was like your first time if you didn't tell me. So wow, that is an amazing story. Thank you so much for that. But now we're nearing the end of our interview. Of course, we know you're busy, but before we let you go, can we please ask like for a special message for your Filipino fans, your Filipino Daya dreamers? They are watching. Actually, we're gonna flash some of their comments here. Sam also says insomnia. That's what he says. I guess he's missing that song. Christine Flores says love you, Daya. Jenilyn Bernadette Rubin says hope to meet you again soon here in PH. Shirley Villa says Daya, my idol. It's really overflowing with love. So Daya, what is your message to them?
I want to say I love you. Mahal ko kayo, right?
Yeah? Wow, I didn't teach Daya that before we went live. That's all her. Wow, Daya. We're so impressed.
Okay. Did I pronounce it right and everything?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for your support over the years. Thanks for your patience too, as I kind of just take a break and come back. That means a lot, and I can tell you that I'm definitely here to stay now. So more music soon.
Yay, thank you so much, Daya, for being genuine and real and authentic for all of your Filipino Daya dreamers as well. We can't wait to have you here once again. But until then, we wish you luck. And we are here to support you virtually. We're here to make you feel the love through our online interactions. Of course. Let's follow Daya and tweet her every day. And again, guys, Bad Girl, the official music video is now streaming. You can watch it on YouTube. And of course, let's stream Bad Girl on all digital streaming platforms. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Daya.
It's so good to see you. Bye, guys.
Once again, this has been VJ Ai de la Cruz for this MYXclusive interview. Bye, Daya.